Hey guys, I am Chimpang Z and welcome back to the second episode of my Make Singapore Great Again Football Manager series played in Football Manager 2017 engine or client with Young Lions. Okay, so following up from the first episode of this series, I have finally managed to get through with all the preseason preparations for the Young Lions. And the thing is, I will describe our current situation after the whole preseason campaign as trouble in paradise. I will explain in a bit. But yeah, as you can see, the season has started. Warriors FC and Tampines Rovers have played their games against DPMM and Balestier respectively. And we are also about to play our first game, which is an away game against Home United. I think they are expected to finish 7, pretty low by the media. But still, Home United has traditionally been a very strong team over the years. So, we will just try our best. And remember, we are expected to finish bottom of the table by the board, as you can see right here. Singapore League. Go details. The minimum expectations the team finish bottom of the league. But the thing is, I mentioned in the last episode that it could easily be the easiest job ever, or things could go horribly wrong. Unfortunately, it is leaning towards the latter. Before we go into the match itself, today I'm planning to play 2 matches. Firstly against Home United, and then the second match against Geylang International as well, which is just 3 days after the match against Home United. But let's just review some stuff first. Okay, let's just go with the preseason matches. As you can see here, we played 6 friendly games and we managed to get pretty good results. And I managed to see that my signings, which we will get into in a bit, perform really well, mostly according to what I had in mind, according to my tactics and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that it will translate into our league performance, even though it is commonly known that the friendly matches in the preseason they don't really count, they don't really matter. And also, let's face it, we are against crap teams in comparison to what we will be up against in the league. And I have also revamped our backroom staff, basically. I have managed to sign a scout, a chief scout, and then a head physio, as well as changing and signing a few coaches. Let's start with the coaching team. As you can see here, I have made the coaching team the best in S.league in terms of attacking coaching. See, best in the Singaporean league in terms of attacking coaching, in terms of fitness coaching, as well as man management. So I have signed a goalkeeping coach, Ilang Govan, replacing our Belgian coach, which I had to mutually terminate because his goalkeeper attribute was 7 and this guy is double that. So let's go with this. I have signed a decent assistant manager, Hasnim Harun, with man management of 13 and tactical knowledge of 12. Not too bad. And attacking coaching of 14 as an added bonus. And look at this. I have also signed Alexander Duric, a legend in Singaporean football. And his fitness coaching is 12. And as you can see, he's the best in Singaporean league. So I'm not complaining. 12. And he's a legend. So he will be able to provide extra motivation and guidance and things like that to the lads, basically. And crucially, I have signed this guy, Shane Lightfoot, as the head of youth development. Because we are a young team, we are under 23 team, which we have to, our squad has to be consisting of mostly players under 23 or even 22. I staggered a little bit there because there's a huge problem with that, which we will get into right after this. So head of youth development will be really important because without him, I don't think there will be any regen players coming into our youth system. There has to be a head of youth development in place. And even though his judging player ability and potentials are only 7, which is bad, but maybe it's average in this level. But I've read on the internet from a few sources that the most important or the sole important attribute for a head of youth development is working with youngsters to bring in more young players and the quality of young players coming is of course in accordance to the quality of our youth academy and things like that. But working with youngsters, as you can see here, is 18 out of 20. That is world class. In any case, in his adaptability as well, even though I don't think it matters, but working with youngsters 18 for head of youth development, I think is quite a bit of a capture, to say the least. And besides the coaching team, I've also signed a head scout. This is the best guy I could find, even though his judging ability and potential are only 8, but he's the best that I could find. And more crucially, look at his name. For those who know a lot about Singapore football, I think I mentioned this in the last episode also. Mirko Grabovac was a legend basically in Singapore football, but I read on the internet that he has renounced his Singaporean citizenship and now he's active back in his homeland of Croatia, if I'm not mistaken, doing some stuff with football there. I'm not too sure what it is, to be honest, but I initially thought that he's his son, but it's impossible because Mirko Grabovac is 46 years old, and this guy, Liam Grabovac, is 38 years old. So I doubt that Mirko would have had him when he was 8 years old. So probably it's his brother, or I don't know, something like that. Maybe his brother, most likely, but he's the best. But if you take a look at our backroom staff and him, Liam Grabovac and Alexander Duric, they're like a dream team. Back in the day, when you hear Grabovac and Duric, whoa, that's a dream team. But too bad. And in terms of medical team, I faced a lot of difficulties because my first choice physio ended up going to Albirex Niigata, the best team in this league, so understandable. And our second choice went to Tampines Rovers, the second team of the league. So again, understandable. So in my frantic attempt to sign a head physio, I managed to find Karen Koch with a physiotherapy stats of 9. Not the best, but it's better than not having a physio at all in the team. Just in time before, I think my player was injured for the first time. I think it was Khairul Amri, who I suspect is injury prone, unfortunately. But just before he got injured, I managed to sign her. So that is really good. Okay, in terms of transfers, I would say that I did well. I did very well in terms of transfers coming in. But as you can see here, I managed to sign all of my targets, my transfer targets pretty much, and more. However, as you can see in the transfers out, this is where the problem starts. And that's why I mentioned about trouble in paradise. It's because while I managed to sign the players that I wanted to sign, here, mainly Halili the Cruz with strength of 4. He doesn't do well in training. As you can see, his attributes are going down, certain attributes. But I signed him because of his jumping reach, heading, and strength and height. And in the preseason friendlies, they play a really huge role in the games that we have done well, which is almost all the preseason games that we had. So basically, he's a good signing. I think he will perform really well. And most crucially is this precious signing called Precious Emwejeraye, as I mentioned in the last episode. And he did extremely well in the preseason friendlies as well. I'm liking what he did, like winning headers, tackling opponents, out-muscling opponents, and even scoring free kicks here and there. I mean, only one, granted, but yeah, I like what he's doing so far. So I hope that he will be doing that in the league as well, or in regularly, basically. And I did sign players like Herrick Singh. I like his high tackling and high acceleration and pace as a backup. Not as a backup, yeah, mostly backup, or even the first team player for right defender. And Lee Russell, a decent centre back. decent center back for a backup with 13 positioning, 13 decisions, 11 and 13 marking and tackling. It's quite amazing for a backup, to say the least. And I tried to sign wingers with great crossing stats. I managed to sign 2, Haikal Muhammad Noor with a crossing of 11, much better than what we already have, as well as Rabbani Sudalman with 12 crossing, and he did pretty well, as you can see, non-competitive in the friendlies. He managed to notch up 3 assists. Amazing. He crossed and stuff like that, but there's a huge problem with him. He's 25 years old. And okay, I'll explain about the problem right now. And Hairul Salam is 23 years old, but the thing is, for the rest of the season, hopefully in the middle of the season, I will be allowed to change things up. But okay, basically, look at our squad. Okay, before that, I will also mention that I signed these players, and in my mind, I wanted to get rid of dead weights and players who do not feature in my plans for the team. However, this is a source of headache. I legit had a headache when doing this because I signed these players and problems started surfacing. Okay, there are a lot of problems, so I will explain it one by one. The first problem is, look at our squad. It's bloated with a lot of players. I wasn't able to get rid of anyone. Like this guy, Marcus Wheeler, Elias Lee, they are not in my plans at all, and I transfer list them, and I even offered them to clubs and things like that, but no one wants to pick them up. That is insane. No one wants to pick them up. And if I try to release them on a free or mutually terminate their contract, I need to pay a lot of money, and when I try to do that anyways, the board blocked me, saying that, oh, don't you dare do this, presumably because we have to pay a lot of money to compensate their salaries and things like that. And that is a crazy situation, really, because not being able to get rid of any players, it is impacting our finances greatly. We are losing money, we are bleeding money. This is really bad. And our overall balance at the start of the game was 100k plus, as you can see here. And now we are already slashed by half, almost like 77k. And bulk of it is because of player wages. Granted, it's a preseason, it's just been the preseason, so we haven't had the chance to get receipts from home games and stuff like that. But still, I do not have faith in that, looking at this. And it's true that I've converted all the transfer budget into wage budget. We are still under budget, which is good. But the bad thing is that this will eat up in the overall balance pretty soon. Now you see 77k Singapore dollars. But very soon, I will expect this balance to be like this. We will be in the red pretty soon. So I'm not looking forward to that. And another crazy thing is because of the contract that the players have. Almost all of them have a 2 years contract from now. So their contract won't expire until the end of 2017 game time. So that's like pretty much 2 years from now. And I will not be able to do anything. I will not be able to get rid of them. I will not be able to release them. And I won't be able to sell them because no one wants to pick them up. So it is a crazy situation, and I legit had a headache because of this. And another headache is because we have to register 25 players. And the thing is, Young Lions, like I said, it's a youth team, so we can only we can only feature 4 overage players in the league. And that is a source of problem, because I had anticipated that the older players means like older than 23 years old. Like, for example, Precious, who is 32 years old, or Halili, the Cruz at 24, and Hairul Amri at 30 years old. But the thing is, they prescribe a certain limit. Like, for example, Christopher Van Huysen, he's 23, but he is born after a certain date set up by the league. So he's counted as an overage player as well. The thing is, I had 6 overage players and I had to sacrifice, and guess what? I had to sacrifice the players that I just signed, like Rabani Sudalman, who did very well, as well as Hairul Salam, who I wanted to use at the left back because we only have one left back only. I had to make a really tough decision. I went back and forth, and I ended up sacrificing those two because I needed Van Huysen and I needed Hairul Amri, I needed Halili, I definitely need Precious, and that's already 4 overage players, so that is extremely difficult for me. But all we can do is to concentrate on the footballing side of things, just like what I did for the preseason, in which we did well. And hopefully things will look up very soon, somehow, some way. Okay, I failed to sell any of my players, but I have set up the staff responsibility such that the chairman himself will be handling the... Basically, I tried to ask my assistant manager to offer those players that I don't need to clubs, but he failed. I failed as well, so now it's time for the chairman himself to do this. Maybe he will be able to talk to fellow chairmen from another club and offer those players. I don't know. He will do his things. I will do my thing, which is football. Okay? So we will be going into this match right now against Home United. So pretty much I have known my first 11. Pretty much this team right here. And to start with, I will just go with the simple 4-4-2 on standard mentality for now. We have done well with this tactic, particularly in the preseason, so hopefully we will get something out of it. I know that Precious is not really in the best of conditions at 89, so probably I will have to replace him with Shannon Steven, which is... He is actually tutoring Shannon, so yeah, hopefully Shannon will be able to step up if his conditions gets too low, and hopefully we will be able to do well because our wings are clipped. Basically, we were not able to play the left winger that I signed, Rabani Sudalman, so I will just go with what we have, Jonathan and Van Huysen. Hopefully we will be able to exploit the flanks and we will be able to do well, but I know it's very tough, but that's all we can do, like I said, to focus on the football. That's it. So let's try to get the best result. And another reason why I want to get the best results is because I think managing young lions is pretty tough because there will be a lot of huge turnovers because the players that are currently 22 years old will turn 23 soon, like Zakir and yeah, just a few other examples. Yeah, like this guy, Tajili. And we will have no choice but to get rid of them. Try to sell them on. I think that's the main thing about this team, is that it is supposed to be a star factory, a not breeding ground, like a developmental ground. So for young players to play in the first team, play regularly, and then once they reach 23 years old, then hopefully the clubs like Home United and other teams in the league will be able to pick them up, to buy them. That's the idea of this team, but still it's very tough to manage them. So hopefully I will get a lot of good results, and then when the jobs in other clubs, like even like in Balestier or Hougang or even Home United, I will be able to apply for it, and hopefully they will see that I've shown that I am able to do a good job in Young Lions, and they will accept me there. So over there I will have... In other clubs, I will have a more independence in bringing in players without getting suffocated by the age limits and things like that. So let's just go and hope for the best. Yep, as you can see, Home United is a favorite to win this game. Usually, what I did in the preseason is I show weaker foot to the wingers, and that's it. And it has yielded pretty good results. So let's just go with it. Okay, over team talk, the very first team talk. So I say that passionately, I want to say that, yeah, I know we are the underdogs here, but go on out there and give the fans... No, I don't... Yeah, probably that. for our... Yeah. Okay. There's nothing there. So I'll just do this. Usually people do this. Yeah, as you can see, some players looked happy. Just now, Ryan, I think, looked nervous, and now he's happy. Okay, so let's start our first game of the season and see how we go. I've heard that I will be playing in 2D because it will help in the rendering time and stuff like that. But people say that after Football Manager 2016, it's ugly, but I think it's good. Oh, we conceded the first goal with a nice play from Home United. But the replay, I will replay it in 3D. So early goal, we have conceded an early goal, and that is terrible. But if you can see on the match stats there, we have 2 shots on target. Just that they managed to finish their only chance, and we didn't manage to finish our chances. So that is not a good sign, but I think I want to go with team talk because I think I think I'll go with show some passion. Come on. This is our first game of the season. I'm treating this like a non-league football in England. And people always say that, again, we are getting destroyed. People say that at that level, you always have to encourage your players every single way, something like that. So far, things are not working really well for us. But Home United is a strong team. We are playing away from home. But so far, we have been toothless. The young Lions have been toothless pretty much. But I don't want to change things yet. Probably I should. But yeah, it seems like, we are outclassed. And that's the issue. We are outclassed by them. Like, they have free rein. Look at that. Look at that passing. And so probably I should change it to another style of play. Probably I should do that. But 3-0 is pretty much a goner. So I'll go assertively. Show me something else in the second half, but it doesn't work. But okay, I'll go with I'm not happy, demotivated, but really I was not happy. They were running all over us. I'm not happy. We had chances, but it didn't materialize. I think I'll go with counter, maybe? I'll go with counter. Let's see how we go in the second half. Hopefully we'll be able to at least be more defensive, be more responsible in defense, as well as try to get something. Yeah, we get chances. A chance. Can we do something with this, Garrett? Okay, we still have it. The Cruz, winning the headers as he should be. Jonathan? It's safe. But we are looking much better already. Oh, what's that? That's a bad corner. But we are looking much better. We are looking better. So I'll go with team talk. And assertively demand more. Let's go. Let's try to get something. They're good signs. Not when they pass it like that. That's not a good sign. Okay, so we are being schooled in the school of football. Okay, Jonathan, come on, make use of this. No. Yeah, they are running all over us. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. I mean, it's hard to expect more. Because we are, even the board expects us to finish at the bottom of the league. That in itself is already discouraging. Okay, let's make a sub. Let's see who needs to be substituted. Yeah, Precious is... I need to replace him. I need to replace him. He's very low condition, and both our center backs have a yellow card already to their name. So that is not good. And Hairul Amri hasn't been playing well at all. Yeah, let's go with Adam Swandi and see what he could do. Yeah, I'll stay with Poacher. Okay, Shannon. Because he's young, I'll just say Precious off. And Adam Swandi. Yeah, I'll just say that. I will make further changes, I think, later on. See if... I mean, we have weathered the storm, certainly, in the second half. But the thing is, the game has been wrapped up for them in the first half. So, there's nothing to be proud of by holding them right now. Okay, let's just replace him. Try. And instruction, I think I will make certain changes. Let's just remove clear ball to flanks. Maybe hit early crosses is not a good idea. Float crosses. Yeah, might as well just try something else. Just try something. A pump ball into the box maybe. Shoot on sight. Be more expressive. And see how we go. Oh, I haven't confirmed the change. Let's confirm the change. Certifly, yeah, I want to see a good display at this point in time. Okay, and I will go for one last team talk. I'll say maybe assertively. Get creative. Just try something. Try something. Maybe score a goal or prevent 4-0, 3-0 at least still looks normal, but 4-0, it's like... Okay, Garrett, can you do something? Swandi, the Cruz, can you do something? This is a good movement, and we scored a goal through Adam Swandi. It might be the consolation goal, but look at that. Nice movements, nice movements, much better than the first half. But seriously, it's too little too late. We had our chances. Look at that. 10 shots, 6 on target. What's going on? I mean, they were just being more clinical than us. Okay, so assertive. I'll just say, yeah, you gave it your best for second half. So I'll just say, yeah, we were the underdogs and you gave it your best. Switch off and confused. I mean, you guys did much better second half. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's just move on. What? You performed really well. You scored a goal. The team as a whole. And then I said, yeah, we were the underdogs and you did your best, especially the second half. And then they say that, oh, I'm confused. I have no idea what's going on. But okay. Yeah, look at that. Protectors strike lucky. I mean, we had our chances. Even though they are not shown in the highlights, we had our chances. Just that, it's expected that we lost, so yeah. Oh, watched by his family and given a rapturous ovation. That's nice. Yeah, this is one of the wingers that I signed. Okay, post-match conference. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this Scott Bennett guy. He looks like The Undertaker. He looks like The Undertaker. Look at his eyes. He looks like he's about to tombstone pile driver me off the press conference table or something. Okay, he asked, everyone enjoyed Adam Swandi's goal. Incisive finish to the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I think I will say that passionately. I will say that that's what Adam is capable of. It was a magnificent strike. I will praise him like hell. You can't be happy following a result and performance like that. I say assertively. Yeah, the game is over. I don't want to... Yeah, there's much work ahead. I don't want to discuss it further. I don't want to further cause discontent in the squad. But yeah, I mean, in future, I will not be doing this on screen. But since it's the first time I'm showing you, yep. Still early days. Okay, in real life, in 2017, Young Lions were also up against Home United and they lost 6-1. We lost 3-1. So yeah. Yeah, see, this guy destroyed us. So I don't want to comment. Yep. So yeah, we lost our first game 3-1, but I saw certain signs. We had our chances and things like that. So hopefully in the next game, we will be able to do much better. And I will try to I'll go standard in the next game still. If things go differently, I will try attacking. But for now, I'll stick with this and see how we go.